know you've already gone over to the different functions and how an ERP program can benefit from using them. But on someone that's a bit skeptical or doesn't know much about AI experts, how would you summarize that in sort of a very basic way to let them know the benefits of using them on a project?
Sure. I mean, this is not automation. I'm not going to say, go and create me 100 test scripts, do the tests and run them and then just give me the results. That's not what this is. What this is you giving where you've been, your backlog, your Jira tickets, your Snow tickets, your old processes, your old SOPs, everything. And then it's feeding it into it and saying, okay, this is where we are are at the moment. Okay, cool. This is where we want to go. Okay, cool. So we'll put that new stuff in and then I'll just say, show me the plan. What's that look like? I'm going from this to this. What are some of the things we need to do? What are some of the things we need to worry about? What even, we could go all the way back and say, is this the right ERP for us? Or is there something better? So I got an AI expert that I use that's trained on all of them you type in some bits and pieces of information. It says, we recommend these ERPs that you should be running on based on, the facts of it. Yeah, pretty good, right? But that's what this AI does. It's a brain that will reason, work things out, plan, and strategically maneuver you to where you actually want to go because you've told it, I want to go here. This is my plan. This is my focus. This is how I want to operate. We instruct it. I give it specific instructions, say 8th grade, 5th grade reading level, whatever. Whenever you come to a junction, make sure you ask the question. Make sure you give the business everything in step-by-step format. Just make sure that they can, that they've got all the information and it's in bite-sized chunks and it's, things like that, right? I instruct it to be really just, easy does it. But at the same time, a tech guy can go in there and say, what's the mapping table for MM in this version? Cool. Yeah, here it is. What's the config guide for purchasing, or what's the chart of counts? Can I get the config guide for chart of count? Yeah, sure. Here it is. Do you want to download it? Yeah, cool. CSV. Right. So everyone can dip in, but predominantly it's there for the business to get them to understand that I need a standard operating procedure. I never used this software before. How do I do that? Cool. Let's go in. Just ask it. Create me a standard operating procedure. You're 2508 HANA. Create me a standard operating procedure for this. Okay, cool. Yeah, here you go. There it is. I need a report for this. Here's the old report I used to use, but I need the new one now in this version. Yeah, cool. Here it is. It uses Crystal Reports, or it uses this, or whatever, PBI. Yeah, which version you want? Yeah, I'll have it in PBI. Cool. Here's the script. Just upload it, right? That's the stuff it does for the business. The business don't have to know, what does that mean? BTP. What? What's a Fury app? Huh?
Mm.
I don't know. How do I do that? Cool. Just go and ask. Yeah, just ask the
Yeah.
Fury expert. How do I create a Fury tile on for purchasing? Yeah, sure. Here's about 5 different ones we already have as standard out of the box. Choose one. Cool, right? And that's the stuff it does. It's a realization, what's in here, what's in this new bag of tricks. 2, it's how do I get there? This is where I'm currently. How do I do the new? How do I do new processes, new things? 3, the other thing is, if there are workarounds, you can then say, I got this workaround. It's rubbish. How do I get around it in your new system? Yeah, we do this now. And I've done a few workarounds. I've given it to 2508 HANA and it says, oh, we don't do that anymore. We do materials management differently. We got this new system. This is how we do it. And this is what it looks like. And it's like, here's a screenshot. Oh, and here's a link to a video if you want to watch some Indian guy trying to explain it to you. So, and, which is true, right? 90% of the videos on YouTube are Indian folks because they got some good stuff on there. But, yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what it does. That's what that expert does.